Yeah, hi. Hello to all. So my
Hello.
name,
Hi,
yeah, yeah, hi. Good evening to all. My name is Prakash. So I am the math tutor for this webinar. Okay. So just wait. Let's wait for another minute or so. Let's see if anyone joins. Else we'll start. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can ask me the questions in between the class if you have any. You can unmute and you can ask me, or else you can also ask me the questions on the chart also. Okay, so you can mute as of now. If you have any questions in between, or else if you're not understanding anything in between, you can just unmute and you can ask me. So please feel free to ask me. Okay, so I'm happy to help you, with your doubts and all. Yeah, I think that's fine. We can start the class, it seems. Okay, so I hope everyone knows the topic of today's webinar. So we are going to discuss about the cubic numbers and the cubic roots. So and we'll discuss all the subtopics of cubic numbers and cubic roots. Okay. So how I'm going to explain all these things using the notes which I have prepared and the whiteboard. Okay. So let me share the notes first. Yeah, you can see. I hope everyone can see this. Yeah. So the cubes and cube roots. What is cube? What is cubic roots? Okay, before going to the cube or cubic roots, so maybe you guys know what is square, right? What is square and what is square roots? What is square? Square is nothing but a multiplying the number or a same number twice, right? So similarly,
yes, sir.
yeah, see, you can see the definition. A square number is a number which is multiplied by itself. So which means if we have a number, we are going to multiply the same number twice, like 2 times 2. That's a square number. 2 square is nothing but 2 square 2. 4 square is nothing but 4 times 4. Similarly, it goes on. So the difference in cubic numbers, the cube is 3 times. So we are going to multiply the base number by 3 times. So that's what. The cubic number is a number which is multiplied by itself 3 times. So this is called as a number is cubed. So how we denote this as cube, right? Power 3, exponent as a 3. Yeah. And these are the examples. So 2 cube, 5 cube, 3 cube. So all these are, this is how we represent the cube numbers. Okay, let's go to the whiteboard. Okay. So today's topic is the cube numbers. So let's concentrate on cube numbers. Okay, someone raised the hand. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Okay, so the cube numbers. So as we discuss, it is denoted as, 3 in the exponent. Let's say a is the number. It can be any number, and 3 is the exponent, which is power. Always 3. So that's why it is called as a cube numbers. So, for example, what is 4 cube? We're going to multiply. 4 is a base number, so we're going to multiply that base number 3 times. So that's a cube number. So the result would be 4 fours are 16, 16 fours are 64. So if you want to take another numbers, let's try. Let's try 5. What is 5 cube? 5 times 5 times 5. So 25 times 5 was 125. So this is the cube numbers. These are the cube numbers. Cube numbers is nothing but, if, for example, you might get a question, write down a few cube numbers or example cube numbers. Cube numbers, you can write it like 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube. So this is nothing but a non-simplified form. So Instead of this, how do you write the cube numbers? The cube numbers are 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, and 216, and it goes on. Okay, 343, and it goes on. And I hope you understand why I have written all these numbers. So these numbers are nothing but a cube numbers. Why? 1 cube is nothing but 1, 2 cube is nothing but 8, similarly 3 cube for this, 27, 4 cube, 5 cube, 6 cube, and goes on. Okay, if you get a question, write down the set of cube numbers. So this is how you need to write 1, 8, 27, 64. So which is nothing but multiplying 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube, and all these things. Just find and write the answers. So I'm writing square, sorry. Yeah. So these are the cube numbers. So, and what about, you might have a questions. Are these, do we have any numbers, cube numbers in between? So these are the whole numbers, okay, cube numbers, but whole numbers isn't it? But if you take any number other than these in between, for example, 100, okay? So 100 is not a cube number. But we can find the cube root of this. We can find the cube root of, what do you call it? Cube root. Okay, let's go to the, when I will explain the cubic roots when we move to the cubic roots. Okay, so now, so these are nothing but perfect cubes. Okay, I will repeat the name, perfect cubes, which means if you, we'll get the perfect number. So that's why it is called as a perfect cube. Okay. Other than these numbers, other than these numbers means what? Anything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other than this 1, 8, 27, 64. Other than these numbers are not perfect square cubes. Not perfect square cubes. Not perfect cubes, I mean to say. So what are the perfect cubes? 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, and it goes on. Okay. I hope everyone understand this. Okay. So let's go to this here. So just take a look at the definition. How to cube a number. So that's what we learned, right? We just need to multiply the base number 3 times. So I hope everyone's would have seen the cube, how the cube looks like. So this is how. So for example, if you take this cube in a geometry way, so this becomes a base or a length, you can call it as length, width, and height. So that's why we are going to multiply all these three to find a number. So which is nothing but a volume. If you're going back to the geometry or finding the volume of a cube. But cube number is nothing but multiplying the same number by 3 times. Okay. So that's what. See, you can see the definitions. The cube number is nothing but just use the multiplication 3 times. And these are the basic cube numbers up to 6 I have uploaded here. Hope everyone can see that. 0 cube is nothing but 0. 1 cube, one cube is nothing but 1. So I have written all these things, right? So these are the perfect cubes. Perfect cubes. Again, I'm repeating. So these are perfect cubes. Other than these numbers, others are not perfect cubes. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Next slide. Is it possible to find the cube of negative numbers? Let's try. Yes, it is possible, right? If you are finding a cube of negative numbers, similar way, we just need to multiply that negative number 3 times. But the only thing, we'll ended up getting the answer in negative always. Why? Let me explain. So the negative numbers. What is, tell me a negative number. Let's take a 3, minus 3. So what is minus 3 cube? So here the base number is minus 3. So we are going to multiply this base number minus 3 times. Yeah, just calculate. And I hope you guys know how to multiply.
27.
Yeah, multiply using signs, right? So minus 3
Yeah.
times minus 3 is plus
Plus
27 times minus 3 becomes how much? Oh, sorry.
yes, sir. It's plus 9. Yeah.
Plus 9 times minus 3. So we'll get minus 27. So if you get, I mean, the result of a cube number, negative cube number is always a negative, because we have a 3 negatives, right? So we'll end up getting the negative answer always. So you want to try one more? Can we try a 10 minus 10 cube? What is minus 10 cube? Minus 10 times minus 10 times minus 10. You know that minus 10 times minus 10 is 100 plus 100 times minus 10.
Minus 1000.
Excellent. Yeah. So these are, I mean, we can find the cube of negative numbers. That's what I'm saying. I think we don't have much of cube numbers. So it's a straightforward cube. How to find the cube numbers? It's just straightforward. Multiplying the base number thrice. You might have a question. Is it possible to find the cube of fractions, or find the, I mean, is it possible to find the cube of decimal numbers? We can find, if we get a question, we can find, okay? For example, 1 by 2 whole cube. It is possible. So same as 1 times 2, 1 divided by 2 times 1 by 2 times 1 by 2. So I hope you guys know how to multiply the fractions, multiplying the numerators separately and the denominator separately. So we'll get the answer as 8. Okay. So this how. So finding the cube of a number, I'm talking about a number. That number can be whole. That number can, that, yeah, please, mute. Well, if you have any questions, then only please unmute. So I'm talking about a number, okay? Cube of a number. So that number can be whole number, integer in a sense. It can be a negative numbers, negative integers as well, and it can be a fractions. That number can be a decimals. Doesn't matter. Okay, we can find the cube of a number. I think that's it of finding the cube of a number. So I think we'll move to the cubic numbers, I think now. Yeah. I hope everyone understand what is cube numbers, or else how to find the cube numbers, cube of a number. Yeah. If yes, let's move to the cubic. What is cube roots? Okay, before going to the cube root, so let's discuss about a bit about the square root. What do you mean by a square root? It's kind of an opposite of a squares, right? So we are finding the square root of a number, which means, so this how we'll get. Square root of 36 is 6, because 6 times 6 is 36. Similarly, for cube roots, it's a 3 times. So cube root of 64 is 4. I want to read the definition. The cube root of a number is a special value that when used in a multiplication 3 times, that gives a number. Okay, let's go to the whiteboard. Cubic numbers. Cubic. How do we represent a cube? Cubic roots, right? So how do we represent cubic roots? Oh, you know that the square root. This is the square root. So in square root is nothing but I mean there is a 2 in it. Generally we won't write. Okay, so that's why it is a square root. How the cube root looks like? This is the cube, and we'll have a 3. It's not of multiplication. It's not like this. It will be, I mean, under those arc. Okay, so 3 inside that. This how it looks like. Okay, so this is how we represent the cubic roots. Square roots is a normal thing, and which has 2 in it. Okay, so generally we won't mention. That's the square root. So this is a cubic. Okay, and hope you guys learned the exponent rules. If not, let me give a basic idea. So let's take a square root x, which is nothing but the square root is nothing but I'm repeating, square root is nothing but exponent as 1 by 2. Okay, see this exponent is square root x is same as x power 1 by 2. Similarly, cube root, we have a 3 in it, isn't it? So let me write that. Cube root of, let's take x, okay? So the cube root of x is nothing but x power, what is the exponent? It is 1 by 3. Okay, you might have a questions how and why and all these things. I will tell you. Okay, let's take the square root example. Hope everyone knows what is square root of 9. What is square root of 9? 3. So, but how we got 3? So we can just explain 3 times 3. So that's why we got 3. You might have that because 3 square is 9. So square root 9 is 3. Yeah, that's a good explanation. But how this formula works in square root? Let's try. Square root 9 is what? Can we write square root 9 as 3 square? I mean square root 3 square? Yes. Because 9 is nothing but a 3 square. And now change the square root. Please change the square root. So if we change the square root to a exponent, what will happen? 1 by 2 as an exponent. So what will happen now? So we have a 2 here. 3 square whole power 1 by 2. So which is nothing but 3 power 2 by 2. What will happen? I mean 2 to get cancelled out, we'll get 3 power 1, which is nothing but a 3. Hope everyone understand this. If you want me to repeat, I will do. Anyone interested? I mean, you want me to repeat? So this how that square root formula works, or a rule works. So how it works in a cubic root? Let's try. Cubic root, tell me a number. Oh, let's take 125. Okay. So what is 125? I think which is nothing but a 3 cube, isn't it? So I already told you square root. Cube root is nothing but the exponent is 1 by 3. So you can see that it is 3 by 3. 3 cube over 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 is nothing but a 1, and the answer is 3. I'm
Yes,
going
it's
for
fine.
5.
It's fine. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's fine.
Yeah, I'm in the previous question. Okay, sorry. So it is nothing but 5 cube 1 by 3. So we'll get 5 power 3 by 3. So 5 power 1. I hope you understand this rule, okay? Not only for cube and square root, okay? If you have a nth root, if we have a n here, n is nothing but a nth root. It can be 4th root, it can be 5th root, it can be 6th root. In that case also, we'll get exponent as 1 by n, okay? If for 4th root, we'll get 1 by 4. For 5th root, we'll get 1 by 5. So that's how it works. So this is the basic rule you guys need. If you know this, we can find this cubic root or a square root of perfect numbers. Okay. For not perfect numbers, we ended up getting a decimal numbers. Okay. So let's go back to the presentation. So this is what we learned. I think just take a look at these things, okay, before going this. Okay. So just take a look at the first box. Don't go to the negative ones. So the first one, perfect cubes. Perfect cubes, nothing but we'll get the numbers like 1, 8, 24. All these are perfect cubes. And if we take the cube root of any of these numbers, 64, 125, 216, we'll ended up getting a whole number. Okay, let's go to the whiteboard and try some. So what we were discussing about the square, cubic roots. So everyone understand, I hope, these are the perfect squares, or sorry, perfect cubes. 125, 216, 343, and goes on. So these are the perfect cubes. For example, a cube, where a equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and all. So if you find the square root of this number, cube root of this number, we'll get the same. So cube root of 1 is 1. Cube root of 8 is 2. You want me to try in this way? Just use the formula if you have any doubts. 2 cube 1 by 3. We'll get 2. Okay. Similarly for 3 cube and everything. So if let's try for 216. So cube root of 216. What is 216? 6 cube whole power 1 by 3. So 3 by 3, 3 cancels out, we'll get only 6. So this is about finding the cube root of perfect numbers. Okay, you might have a question. Okay, so far, okay, up to 216 I can remember, up to 343 I can remember. What if it is a bigger numbers, maybe a 4-digit numbers or a 5-digit numbers? How to find this square, cubic root? Cubic root. You might have a question, right? So one thing you can do, for example, let's take a number as what? Tell me a number. Tell me a cube root number if you have any 4-digit numbers. Okay, let's take 729. Okay, or else 3,375. Yeah, cube root of 3,375. But how to find this? Am I going to find 1 cube, 2 cube till I get this number? We can do that. Obviously, it's a waste of time though. We can do that. So what if we have a 5-digit? It will take a lot of time to find, right? So what is the easier method to find the cube root of a numbers? Using prime factorization. Prime factors, okay? Prime factors or prime factorization. Okay, let's go and learn a little bit of, or a revise little bit of a prime factors. Yeah. Just take a look at this. What is prime numbers? I hope everyone knows that. If a number is divisible by itself and 1, that is then only that number is a prime number. So I think this definition looks a little different. You can see that a prime number is a whole number greater than 1 that can't be made by multiplying over the whole numbers. Okay, so let me give the definition in a simple way. So prime numbers are the numbers which is dividable by 1 and itself in same number. So for example, 7 is divisible by 1 and 7. We can't divide 7 by any other numbers. If we do, we'll get decimal number. We won't get whole number. So for instance, you can take 16. 16 can be divisible by 1. 16 can be divisible by 16. Does this a prime number? It is not, right? Because 16 is also divisible by 2. 16 is divisible by 8. So, and even 4. So 16 is not a prime number. So what are the prime numbers? A number is divisible by 1 and itself. Okay, let me show you what are the prime numbers. So just take a look at this chart. So the yellow shaded one, the yellow background boxes, okay? So those are the prime numbers. So you can see the list of the prime numbers where you find only one even number, which is 2. Okay, 2 is the smallest prime number, and that is the only even number in a prime. So other than that, all are, I mean, odd numbers. You can see that. I hope everyone knows the prime numbers though. So other than these prime numbers, the remaining are composite numbers, excluding 1. Composite. So composite numbers is nothing but other than the prime numbers. Other than the prime numbers. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the prime factorization. Okay. What is prime factorization? So prime factors. First of all, prime numbers we learned. What about factors? Okay, let's go to the whiteboard. Yeah. Let's find a factors. What do you mean by a factors? Factors of 12, for example. So if we are just finding the more numbers in order to get the original number. If we multiply, so for example, 6 factors of 12 is 6 times 2, 6 and 2, right? So what are the factors of 12 we can write? Can we write 1? Can we write 2? Because all the, if we are able to divide this 12 by any number, that all those numbers are factors, general factors. Okay, 1, 2, we can divide by 3, we can divide it by 4, we can divide it by 6, and we can divide by 1. So the factors of 12 are these. I hope everyone knows that. Why only this? Because if you multiply this, we'll get 12. Other than this, we can't use, we can't use any numbers other than this, right? So 3 times 4. And we have a 2 times 6. So we'll get 12. So this is the factors. I'm talking about a factor. Factors of a number. If you want to try one more example, let's do it. Factors of 20. So how do you find the factors of 20? So you're going to check which are the numbers is divisible by 20 or can be divided 20. So 20 is 1. We can divide 20 by 1, 2, 3 is not possible, 4, 5 is possible, and 10 and 20. So these are the factors of 20. Hope everyone knows this. Okay. Now, why these? Because the same thing. 1 20s are, 2 10s are, 4 5s are, and what else? Yeah, that's it. Or else if you want to write 5 4s are, that's fine. Or a 10 2s are is fine. So these are the factors. What do you mean by a prime factors? So now this is the factors. I think you understand what are the factors. What is nothing but a prime factors? In the name itself, you can see that the prime. So the numbers, after finding the factors has to be prime. Getting my point? No. If not, let me explain. Let's go to the same question. If not, yeah. So what are the factors of 20 we got? 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. What else? 20. Okay, so these are the factors. What are the prime factors of the same number? So let's go to the numbers and see. Just a moment. Yeah. Just take a look at this. What are the prime numbers? So the prime factors means that those numbers must be these yellow shaded 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and all. Okay. So only those are prime numbers and prime factors in that case. Okay. So can you tell me, I mean, what are the prime factors of 20? 1 is not a prime number, so we are not taking that. 2, 4 is not a prime number, isn't it? 5 is a prime number. 10 is not, 20 is not. What are the prime factors of 20? 2 and 5. I mean, yeah, 2 and 5. Hope you guys understand this. Let's try one more question. What are the factors of, tell me a number, can we take a 45? Yeah, 45 we can take. So what are the factors of 45? 1, 3, 5. I mean, we are just checking which are the numbers we can divide 45 by. 45 by 1, 45 by 3, 45 by 5. What else? I think 9, 15. I think that's it. I think 45. So these are the factors of 45. What about the prime factors of 45? Prime factors of 45. So we are going to check, we are going to take only the prime numbers out of this. 3 is a prime number, isn't it? 5 is a prime number. I don't see any other numbers. 9 is not a prime number. 15 is not. Similarly, 45 is not. So the prime factors of 45 is 3 and 5. Hope this prime factors is clear to you, because this helps us to find the cube root of a numbers. So please do let me know. Please ask me if you have any questions in prime factors. Happy to help you. Anyone? Hope everyone understand then. Okay, good. How prime factorization works? Okay, so let's go to the, just take a look at this. What is prime factorization? Prime factorization is nothing but is finding which prime numbers multiplied together make the original number. Does that make sense? Hope so. Let me explain what exactly it means. Prime factorization. So which number you want to take? Let's take a 64. So what are the prime factors? First of all, we are going to find the prime factors. So we can solve using tree method, or else you can solve using normal factors like by writing. Okay, let's draw a tree diagram. Okay, so can we write 32 times 2? And then 16 times 2 as a 32? And can we write 16 as a 8 times 2? Okay, I'm writing a little bigger. Okay, 32 times 2, 16 times 2, 8 times 2. What else? 2 times, 4 times 2. Finally, 2 times 2. So you can see that we got 2 finally. So 64. I hope everyone agree that 2 is a prime number. So that's why we stopped here. 2 is a prime number. Okay. So can we write 64 as how much? We have a 3, right? We have a 6, right? Can we write as 2 power 6? Or if you want to break this as you can write it in a 6 times. You can multiply 6 times if you want. Both the same though. Yeah, you can write this. So this is nothing. This is how the prime factorization works. So find in prime factorization, again, these numbers must be prime. Let's take a different example and see. Which number? Tell me a number if you have any. Let's take 150 then. What is 150? 75 times 2. What else? I think we can divide by 3, isn't it? So 25 threes are. Okay. What about 25? What about 25? 5 fives are, isn't it? Yeah. I think you can just check this. These numbers all are prime numbers. Hope everyone agrees to that. So which is nothing but what? 5 times 5 times 3 times 2. You can check. We'll get 150 here. 25 here, 75 here, and then 1. I mean, this is 25, 3, 75 times 2, 150. So what do you understand in what you have to remember, or the basic thing in this? Finding the prime factorization, we are writing the answer, we are writing the answer using the prime numbers. You can write in this way, or else you can write 5 square times 3 times 2. That's fine. So writing the original number using prime factors. So which will give us the same answer though. That's very important, isn't it? Yeah, that's it of prime factors or a prime factorization. Now you might have a question how this prime factors or prime factorization works in cubic numbers. Okay, so in exams or somewhere you will get a question like cubic root of 64. So you know the answer, you can directly write the answer, isn't it? Because it's a simple or a small number, you can call it as. So you can, some people can directly write the answer as 4. Some can use this method of 4 cube, which is 4 3 by 3 and 4. But as we took one number 729, yeah, some people might still know cube root of 729, but how to find that?
Sir, it's 9.
Okay, so but how to find that? Okay, so let's take this yes, 9 is a correct answer, very good. Okay, let's try and how to get 9 as an answer using the prime factors. So which method can we use? The tree diagram, the one which I showed. Yeah. So just find the prime factors. I'm repeating the prime factors. Okay. So just check which is the number.
81 and 9.
No, 9 is a bigger number to go with. Can we go with a 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
3 and check. So yes, we get 3 times 243 is I mean, why we haven't gone with the 9? Because 9 is not a prime number. Okay, that's the only thing. And what about, can we go this with 3 again? I think we can. 243 divided by 3 is what? 81. Okay, 81 threes are 243. And 81, I hope everyone knows, is nothing but a 3 times 27, or else you can do 9 times 9 if you want, and then split both. 3, 3, 3, 3. So you can see how many threes you got. If those three, I mean, if those factors has to be how many? Cube root. So it has to be multiples of 3. Okay, you can be, how many we have? 9, I mean 6, right? So 3 power 6. 3 power 6 is nothing but what? 3 cube into 3 cube. So what I mean to say, we have a 6. Okay, that's fine. Let me write all. So, okay, so why can't we do this method then? See, cube root of 729. How many we have? 3 power 6. So what is 3 power 6? Is nothing but 3 power 6 whole power 1 by 3. Can we write this as a 6 by 3? We can. So we got 3 square, right? So the answer is 9. Okay, so you can ask me, I got the answer as 9, why we need to do. So if you got the answer, that's fine. So for the bigger numbers I'm talking about, okay, let's take the different number, 4-digit number now. So find the cube root of 3,375. So it's a bigger number, isn't it? So how do we start? So let's do the prime factors. So for example, you tried doing a prime factors, you haven't got the multiples of you haven't got 3 numbers. So in that case, that is not a, we can't find the cube root of that number. Okay, so we just need to conclude that. Okay, so that's not going to be a whole number. The answer not going to be the whole number. It might be the decimal. Okay, so now let's do this. So I think we can go with the 5 initially. So what is 3,375 divided by 5? 5 6 are 5, and then 5 7s are 35. 5 5s are 25. Yeah, 675. And then I think we can go with the 5 again. Everyone agrees to that, I hope. 5 1s are, and then 5 3s are, and then 5 5s are again. I think we can go with the 5 again. 5 2s are, 5 7s are, isn't it? And you know that 37, if you want to write in a simple way, what is 27? 27 is nothing but 3 times 3 times 3. So I'm just writing 9 times 3. If you want, writing directly though, because we all know that 3 times 3 times 3 is 9. So what we got here, just take a look at this. 5 cube, you can see 5 5s, 3 5s. So that's 5 5 cube times 3 cube. Hope everyone agrees to this. So which is nothing but we need to take the cube root of this. Just try 5 3 by 3. 5 cube 3 by 3 into 3 power 3 whole power 3 by 3. Oh, sorry, it's 1 by 3, isn't it? Okay, so now we'll get the 3 by 3 is cancels out. We'll get 5 times 3. What is the answer? The 50. If you multiply 15 thrice, we'll get the same answer. Hope this clears your doubts. I hope so. Just let me know if you have any question though. Yeah, you can see an example here. I think they used a similar, they have used the normal way of doing. We can do this way also, okay? Instead of a tree diagram, I just tried using tree. Okay, that's not a big deal though. So this is they're finding the cube root of 216, and you can see that they got 3 2s and 3 3s. So 3 2s is nothing but what? Square root of or cube root of 2 cube, which is nothing but a 2. That's what the answer is. So only basic idea you need to keep in your mind while doing cube roots. Let's check whether we get 3 numbers. Okay, if you get one number, for example, you got 2 here, that 2 has to be 3 times or 6 times. Then only that number becomes a perfect cube number. For example, let's take a number here, just a moment. So just take a random number, 512, and just try to find the cube root of this number, whether we get this as a whole number or not. So can we start with the 2? I think 256 is 2, and then 128 is 128 times 2, and then we have a 64, and then we have, I think everyone knows that 64 is nothing but, I think we just tried, right? 2 power 6. You want to do one more time, you can do 8 times 8, 8 is nothing but 2 times 2 times 2. This 8 is nothing but 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, now just check how many 2's we have. This is 3, 3, 3. So we got 9. So 2 power 9. Square cubic root of 2 power 9. So 2 power. Yeah. So 2 power 9 whole power 1 by 3. So which means what? 2 power 9 by 3, isn't it? So 9 by 3 is nothing but cube. So what is 2 cube? Everyone knows that. The answer is so the cube root of 512. The answer is 8. So yes, it is a perfect cube number. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, let's take one more. 256 is fine, right? I think we already find many times. Okay, 128, 2, and then 64, 2, and then 16, 2. Oh, sorry, 32, 2, and then 16, 2, and this is nothing but 2 power 4. So let's check how many we have. How many 2's we have? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We have 4 here. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have just 8. So let's check. Let's try finding the cubic root. So we'll get 2 power 8 whole power 1 by 3. We'll get 2 power 8 by 3. We can't divide 8 by 3, isn't it? We won't get whole number though. That's why. So this number 256 is not a perfect cube number. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's it of cubic numbers. Let's try concentrate on the other set of, let's see what is the next. Yeah, I think we're done with the cubic roots. So the next part or an extension of this is nothing but finding the cubic roots of negative numbers and simplifying the cubic roots. Let me give some questions. So let's do a negative cubic numbers first. What is negative cubic numbers? Find the cubic root of minus 64. Minus 64. What's the answer? So hope everyone, 64 is a simple number, so everyone knows that it is nothing but 4 minus 4 whole power 3. So again we'll get the same, minus 4 power 3 whole power 1 by 3. So 3 get cancels out, we'll get the answer as 4. Right? So that's why. That's how it works again. So yes, the cubic roots of negative numbers works. Again, we'll get the answer in negatives. So just use the same method. That's it. Let's take a different number. Let me find a bigger number. Just a moment. 729 we did, 216 we did, 6,859. 6,859. 859. Yeah. Okay. I think that's a prime number. Let's not go to that. Let's try. Yeah. Just a moment. Let's try 1,728. 1,728. So finding the cubic root of, let's take a negative number. So finding the cubic root of negative 1,728. So how do we proceed? Just go with the same 728. Find the factorization, prime factors. Can we do with 2? 576. I think we can try one more time by 2. We'll get 288. And you can see that 288 will get 144, isn't it? Yeah, 144 too. I think we can try one more time. 144 is nothing but 72. And let's do it here. 72 is nothing but 36. And then 18 times 2. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 18. How do you solve 18? 9 twos. We missed any? 144, 72, 36, 18, 9. And then 9 is nothing but 3 times 3. Just a moment. Yeah, I think I have taken the number. 576 is fine. Oh, sorry. Cubic root of 1728 negative 1728. So how this works? If you are dividing by 2, 864. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, 864 is the correct answer now. So then we'll do one more, which is 432. So if you divide by once more, we'll get 216. So I think everyone knows 216 is nothing but 666, right? And you got the answer. Just take a look at this. 2 cube times 6 cube. Cubic root of this. So, but here it is a negative number. So it's a negative 2 cube times negative 6 cube. That's the only thing you just need to make, okay? So that's the only thing adjust you need to make if it is a negative number. So and then everyone knows that minus 2 whole cube 3 by 3 times minus 6 3 by 3. So we got the answer as minus 2. Oh, wait. I think we are not doing this. 2 cube times 6 cube whole cube. So 2 power 3 by 3, 6 power 3 by 3. And we get the answer as 2 times 6, which is 12. And I mean, after finding the answer, just write the answer in negative. So that's the easiest way to do. So the why we haven't got that, because we directly simplified here. That's the thing. Okay. Yeah. So that's it of the numbers. That's it of finding the cubic numbers. Cubic roots of a number. Let me check if I missed anything. Yeah, so finally the simplification, I think I have explained too much today, but let me give a simplification. So you might get a questions like simplify square root of a cube root of 64 plus cube root of 216. It's kind of a simplification using addition, subtraction, and all these things. You know, this answer is 4 and this answer is 6. You're going to write the answer as 10. Okay. And sometimes you might get the negative number questions. Let's try, which is cube root of 729. I think we got the answer for that. And this cube root of minus 512. So this one is 9. I think we already got right once. So this is 9. This is minus 8. So plus of minus 8. So what is the answer? 1 is the answer. So these are the simplification. So this, I mean, these type of questions you might get using addition, subtraction, or even multiplication as well. Okay, so that's it of today's webinar. Just let me know if you have any questions, okay? Any questions, any queries? Any doubts? Please let me know if you have any questions. Okay, which means I assume like everyone understand everything which I have explained. Hope so. So waiting for the questions. That's fine then. So if you are confident, if you are understanding, then just try these questions then. So just unmute your mic and please try to answer these questions. And let's see how you guys understand. Please don't hesitate. Please go ahead and answer these questions. Anyone is fine. Or else you can also tell the answer in chat if you want to. No one? No one interested?
8 and 64.
Okay, very good. So let me go through the question first. Find from the list of numbers, write down the cube numbers. Your answer is 8 and 64. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Good start. What about the next B, part B?
3 to the power 3.
3 to the
Power 3, that's how you get 27.
Yeah, no. The question is cube root, finding the cube root.
3.
Yes, you are right, 3 to the power 3, but cube root of this is what? 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, answer is 3. That's good. Good start. Let's try a few more. Yeah, anyone is fine. Unmute your mic and tell me the answer. What is 1 cube? These are the simple questions.
3.
1 cube.
1, sorry.
10 cube. 10 cube.
10,000.
Yeah, excellent. 5 cube.
125.
Excellent. 6 cube. Want to calculate? Don't use a calculator though.
216.
Yeah, excellent. What about 8 cube?
512.
512. Excellent. So it's a straightforward, isn't it? We are just multiplying the base number thrice. Okay. So the next set of questions, here it is. Circle all the cube numbers in it. Just tell me the numbers though.
One of them is 64.
64.
343.
Excellent. Which is nothing but what? 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. 7 cube.
Yeah, and there's one 726.
726 is not the number. 729 for 9, okay? And what about 1? You forgot 1. Isn't it? Am I correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. Only 164 and 343.
Yep.
So, and the remaining numbers are not perfect cubes. I'm repeating again, not perfect cubes. Not perfect cubes are cubic numbers. And what are the perfect cubes in this? 164 and 343. Okay, the next set I think I have. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. The first question. Oh, what is the Cubic root of 64.
4.
Okay, nice start. What about the next one? Simple one.
2.
Yep. Answer is 2. What about third
0.
one? What about 1000? Cubic root of 1000.
10.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. So I think then I have a next set of questions. Oh, wait. Yeah. Just take a look at this. What is the answer for the fifth one? So it is a multiplication, okay? Don't confuse. It is, oh, it's not a multiplication, isn't it? It is a decimal point. 7.1 cube.
Is it 357.9?
Okay. Yeah. So it's a straightforward multiplication, isn't it? We just need to multiply that number 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to check the answer though.
I rounded it up.
357. Yeah. 357.9 you rounded to.
Yeah.
One decimal place. Very good. Very good. So the next one, I don't think no need to try the next one though. So I haven't explained that decimals. So finally, the last question. Can you please can anyone explain the reason and the answer for the seventh one? Seventh question. Do you understand the question? Holy says, when you cube a square root number, when you cube root a number, let's take any number, the answer is always smaller.
2, yeah.
So she is correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. I think we can't do much there. Okay. Okay. The next set of questions. Anyone?
125.
Take a look at this. Write down the cubic number is greater than 100. Okay, that's excellent. That's excellent answer. Okay, arrange these numbers in an ascending order. Anyone interested? 2 square is 4. This is nothing but a 3. This is nothing but a 1. This is 5. And you got the answers. I hope you know the answer now. So 1, 3, 4, 5. So the 11th one, anyone wants to try? Don says the difference between two consecutive numbers. Consecutive numbers means what? The next to each other, numbers next to each other. Cube numbers, it is always odd. Let's try and see. So the question is, let's take 1 cube, 2 cube. So 2 is the 1 and 2 are the consecutive numbers, right? 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8. So the difference between this is the odd number because it is a 7. Let's take one more. 3 cube, what is 3 cube? 27. 4 cube, 64. So we'll get the odd number again, obviously, right? Yeah. So you want to try one more thing? Let's take 6 and 7. 6 is 2 and 6. 7 is 343. And I think we'll get the same odd number again, right?
Yeah.
So which means the difference between the two consecutive cube numbers is always odd. So that's a weird question though. Yeah. Finally, final set of questions, I think. What is the cube root of minus 64?
Minus 4.
Yeah. The next one, 729, cube root of
9.
Excellent. Anyone can answer. And even if you have any questions, do let me know. What about 4096? It's a bigger number though. We need to try though. We need to try, right? So what is 2 divided by, so 2000, sorry, 2048, and then 1024, and then I think 512 we got. I think you know what is 512, right? Which is 8. So what is the answer? 8 times 2. Everyone agrees to this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. 16. It is a minus 16. The reason is negative square root. Mhm. What about square root of 216? I think you guys know that.
6.
6. Okay, the next two questions. Let me remove my writing here. Okay. So this is what at last I said simplification, right? This is what the simplification. I hope everyone knows what is cube root of 64. What is cube root of 64? 4
Oh, yeah.
divided by cube root of
But -4.
negative 4. So this is a divisible, I mean divide symbol. So the answer is -1.
Yeah.
Got it? So the next one, cube root of 27. 3, right? 3 times -3.
3 -9.
Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let me check if I have any. Oh, I do have. Sorry. Okay. How do you simplify? Anyone interested?
Wait, is it 2 plus 2 over 3?
Okay. Not a bad one, but try again. Try again, please. Anyone interested? Anyone know the answer? Mm-hmm. Okay then. Okay, then I will explain.
5 by 2.
Sorry, repeat.
5 by 2.
I think you are. I think you are excellent. Excellent. So I will tell you how, right? So what is 8 cube? I mean cube root of 8, which is 2. So this is 1 by 2. So you are going to do a normal fraction calculation, which is 4 plus 1 by 2, which is 5 by 2. You can say 5 by 2. If you want to write the answer in decimal, it is fine. 2 by 5. That's an excellent one. Keep it up. Okay, so the next one, I think this is a simple one. Anyone?
5 plus -5.
Mm-hmm.
0.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, I do have a few more. Sorry for that. Okay. Anyone wants to try this?
So this is -2
Mm-hmm.
plus -6.
Minus of -6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So this becomes -2 plus 6.
Yeah.
Answer is?
4.
Yeah. So the last one, I think, it seems the last one, surely. Please try. You can say the answer or else just guide me to solve.
It's 8 over 4, which is 2.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You mean to say this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you're right. Excellent. That's very nice. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that's it of today's class. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned these cube and cubic roots. Take care and be safe. Okay. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.